Ghana's decentralization past began in 1951 with the enactment of the Local Government Ordinance by the first all Gold Coast Legislative Council under the 1951 Kuze Constitution.
During that time, there has not been a point where we have sought to take stock, if you like, pause and reflect. And so the national dialogue on decentralization and responsive governance gives us that platform, that opportunity, that after 37, almost 4 decades of implementation of decentralization and local governance reforms, we get the opportunity to bring all the key stakeholders around the table to have a conversation as to where are we today, where do we want to go to, but also what have we been able to do over that period of 37 years.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my greatest honor indeed and a privilege to have been invited to chair the Maiden National Dialogue on Decentralization and Responsive Governance.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my honor and distinct privilege to welcome you all to this inaugural National Dialogue on Decentralization and Responsive Governance. This year marks 37 years since Ghana first embarked on the bold path of decentralization reforms to herald the Fourth Republic. As we assemble at this critical juncture, it's fitting to pause and reflect on our collective journey. Therefore, this dialogue provides us with a unique platform to review our achievements, confront our challenges, and explore new opportunities for strengthening decentralized governance in Ghana.
As development partners collaborating with the government of Ghana for many years and sometimes even decades, we have observed what results can emerge when governments walk the talk on decentralization. We have also seen, unfortunately, what can happen when decentralization and local governance is deprioritized. So looking back at this year, the steps taken so far by the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama look very promising. We, the development partners, note that commendable progress has been made in formulating the new national decentralization policy and strategy, including extensive consultations with stakeholders.
As we reflect on the performance of our decentralization system and renew our shared commitment to make it work for the people of Ghana after 37 years of its implementation since 1988. The chosen theme, resetting decentralization for responsive local governance and effective service delivery, is timely. It challenges us to ensure that local governance institutions remains relevant, accountable, and responsive to the needs and aspirations of the citizens that we serve.
With a standing ovation where we can, let's welcome our Vice President to the Republic of Ghana.
I'm pleased to join you at this national dialogue. We are here because we are committed to accounting for our journey, tackling today's challenges, and consolidating our gains towards responsive governance. Ladies and gentlemen, each of us lives within a local community. Therefore, any platform that seeks to promote local governance deserves to be elevated. Building a capable state must begin with functional and ethical local government. We must commit to giving citizens a stronger voice as prescribed by the directive principles of state policy in our Constitution. More than 3 decades ago, Ghana embraced decentralization as a bold strategy to bring governance closer to citizens. We took that step because we believed that government must not be restricted to the capitals. Governance must reach our districts, our communities, and indeed our households. Our reset agenda puts decentralization at the heart of national development. As government works to improve the disbursement of resources to our districts, we must also note that unprecedented amounts are being transferred directly to our local governments. You must be happy about that. So far, over 2 billion Ghana cedis have been disbursed through District Assembly's Common Fund to support development initiatives and improve essential service delivery at the community level. This is just one demonstration of our resolve to see to it that resources are used responsibly and that the promise of decentralization translates into tangible improvements. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to declare the National Dialogue on Decentralization and Responsive Governance open. Thank you very much.
Over the years, we've made considerable progress because local governance as provided for in our Constitution, and in particular, decentralization as provided for in our Constitution, especially in the directive principles of state policy, was intended to ensure that we bring political and fiscal decentralization closer to the people so that they have opportunities to participate in decision making.
Every single one of us will live within the local authority area. In that place, that's where we are going to raise our kids, if we didn't grow up in that place. But it's a place where we are going to raise our kids. Those kids are going to grow up. What do we want them to see? We want to see that they attend very good schools. When it comes to health, they should go to very good hospitals or clinics with the requisite capacity and nurses there and equipment to provide for them. So that impacts. We want to see that the roads, good roads, tarred, with drainage system, effective drainage system there in that community, because that is where we live. And decentralization gives meaning to all of that, right? And so it's quite important. When we speak about decentralization, people tend to see it as an abstract concept, but it's not. It's a very practical concept that all of us must relate to.
Within these 2 days, the day 1, day 2, the resource persons, and then the frankness in sharing personal thoughts vis-a-vis what has been the practice and even what is the law, I think it's very enriching and it's very informative. And for me, that is very impressive about the program.
It's been very engaging, it's very practical and very direct to the issues. I think I've really learned a lot of new things that is actually emerging in the field of decentralization, and especially with the review of past experiences and what we need to do as a country. It's been very, very good.